Hello, everybody. How are you today? Hi, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. Hi, everybody. Hi. It's Friday afternoon. The big question is, I'm actually doing trois streams today. One at for the next hour here or so. Then I'll be back. I've got to take an hour break, and then I'll be back. I've got an unavoidable appointment. Yes. How are all of you doing today? Let me see. I think this is not ready yet. That's not ready yet. Doobie doobie doo. Doobie doobie doo. Right. I think that's gotta get shrunky dunky a little bit. There we go. How do you guys like the new layout, by the way? Prostate exam? No, it's not a prostate exam. That I would be I don't think I'd be like popping off the stream for an hour and then coming back. That takes a little bit. My question is, so someone said Rumble isn't loading again, so it doesn't matter if I use. It doesn't matter if I use. Seems to be loading just fine for me. I don't know. So weird. All right. Well, I've got a couple of topics for you today, and then we are going to take an hour break and then come back and do a few more topics. So, how is everyone doing? How is everybody doing? Let's see. Yeah, Rumble broken. Seems like Rumble's fine to me. But I'm on desktop, so I'm not on the app. Okay, so Devori Darkin stream did the same thing yesterday. Okay, so at least I know it's not just me. Yeah. So it's not just me, boys. What do you guys got? What do you guys got going on this weekend? We've got to finish all of our Christmas shopping, before December, because my wife might be out of commission for the entire month. So we're going hard on getting everything set up, getting everything ready to go. Don Rumble's on Crowder show crashed last week too. I'll ask him about that. Chill weekend, I hope. Haven't thought about Christmas yet. Yeah, well, it's crazy because my wife's got a big surgery the first week of December. That is like a 3-month recovery time. And so basically we have to get all of Christmas and all of Thanksgiving done probably this weekend. We've got a really great jump on Christmas. We've got a couple of gift cards left to get, which we're going to try to get this weekend. And then Thanksgiving's basically set. We just got to pick up a few items that you can't get early. Like I'm cooking a steak instead of obviously making a turkey because it's just going to be me. So I've got to get a steak this week. I've got to go to the grocery store on Wednesday before Thanksgiving. I will be armed, elbows up, as the Canadians say. So that's my hope. And then I've got to try to get ahead on videos a little bit, work on some evergreen stuff in case, that first couple of weeks will be rough on her. So my schedule might be, here, there, everywhere, all that kind of stuff. Let's see. I've got a couple topics I wanted to talk about. Let's get into it here. I put a shock collar on her. Yeah, that's correct. Look, all she had to do is stay on her mat for 12 hours without moving. Is it really that hard to do? She left her mat. I accidentally had the shock collar set at 100. I thought it said 10. And she's had a pretty crazy twitch ever since then. They say it's neurological. I don't know. I say it's probably some lady problems. That's just me. Then we've got an announcement later today. I don't know if I'm going to get it. I have to confirm one last thing before I can announce it. So I'm hoping I can either do that in this stream, or again, I will be streaming again in, like an hour or so. Let's see here. Okay, let's talk about some stuff. I always like to keep it light for my Friday streams, just because, it's Lone Wolf Cast. It's been working for me trying a new browser, yeah. Are we still talking about Mrs. Quarter Pounder? Yes. Well, not anymore. I'm changing the subject now. Let's see. Doobie doobie doo. Let's put this one out here. Am I coming out of the closet? Well, I don't know. You have to wait. You have to wait and see. Housesock, he's good. He's back to basically 100%. He's got a little bit of an ear infection still that we're working on. Crowder gave you a shout out today. Oh yeah, what did he have to say? Did he say that my coffee is incredible? Did he say that my coffee is maybe the best thing he's ever had? William Shatner crapped his pants during a live show. If you have that happen, you're in good company and have a shared experience with Shatner. A good conversation starter if you ever meet him. Yeah, he'd be cool to meet. Yeah, that'd be cool. Just watched Sean Ryan's show on 764 and the PDF rings. You should cover this. I'm still really irate. I am going to talk about it today, and I'm going to actually make a dedicated video about it too. They said the Steam machine will be priced like a PC, not a console. That's a huge mistake. Huge mistake. Huge mistake. The reason I guess they might have for that is that, they don't have quite the same revenue stream that like PlayStation does with like first party titles and stuff like that. They just have like, this is another way to access Steam, and they don't think that it's gonna, produce more sales. But I don't know. I mean, I'm probably not into a Steam machine if it's 800, 900 or $1,000. That's crazy. I have a PlayStation 5 that's literally dusty. I have a really cool water-cooled PS5. Like the coolest thing probably the coolest thing I've ever had. This is a water-cooled PS5. Never even turned it on. Never even turned it on. Good morning, delivering the mail, Nicole. Hey, appreciate you for delivering the mail, bro. Let's get into I have two main segments for this show, and then I've got to take an hour, and then I've got three main segments for the next show. You want more caffeine? Try our double caffeinated. Let's see. Just buy a PC at this point. I mean, if they sell too low, people will buy it as a PC without buying it for Steam. Yeah, that could be true. Did you hear Turning Point kick Tim Pool from the convention? I had heard rumblings about that. I don't know any of the specific details. I think Tim is a very professional guy, and he probably isn't going to air out whatever happened if anything happened. And I don't really know anybody at Turning Point like that to be asking, personal questions about that. I kind of had hoped that they would just work it out. I mean, I still hope they can. It's not for another month. Sounds good. Good giveaway. I could do that. Let's see. Shout out to the person delivering the mail. Yeah, double mail people. Shout out to our mail delivery people listening to the show. All right, I think we've vamped enough. Let's get into this first segment that I want to talk about. So I know like a lot of people are maybe a little bit tired of hearing the SNAP/food stamps conversation. And I've really tried to be understanding of it because I know that some people need a little bit of help every once in a while. I know that at times, people are between jobs or they're disabled or, there's a lot of reasons why food stamps exist. And what gets the headlines is all the people abusing it. But I think what also deserves a little bit of a headline is, all the people that actually need it, that have a hard time getting it or don't get enough to get by. Now, I think if you purge out, the millions of illegals that are probably on the SNAP program, and you purge out all the welfare queens that are making videos about, how they're buying this, that, or the other thing, you might have a little bit more money to give to people that actually need it. But, I think it's important that people don't judge people who are on SNAP. But this part I'm going to judge because $500 million a year are spent via SNAP at McDonald's alone. Did you know that? We're getting into that full story after a super quick word from this video sponsor, which you guys don't have to hear. $500 million in food stamps spent at fast food restaurants. Oh, I'm sorry, that was fast food, not just McDonald's. I assumed it was McDonald's because they show McDonald's, but that's just food stamps alone, alone. Food stamps are supposed to be spent on nutritional meals, but 9 states currently allow them to be spent at fast food restaurants like McDonald's. Let's be honest, fast food is delicious and convenient, especially when you're hungry and in a hurry. But let's not forget the N in SNAP stands for nutrition. We all know that fast food isn't exactly nutritious. Ms. Ernest highlighted ads from fast food franchises encouraging the use of SNAP and food stamp transfer cards, which are how food stamp benefits are now distributed. They include Subway, Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, KFC, Denny's. Denny's, you could probably get an okay meal. Jack in the Box, Burger King, and of course at McDonald's. Now, if you're like me, you were today years old when you found out that you could even use SNAP for this. Did you guys even know that you could? I didn't know that you could do that. I had no idea. I mean, obviously it's something that like makes no sense at all. Like, why on earth would you be able to use SNAP food stamps at McDonald's? What it really ends up being is a $500 million per year subsidy for fast food restaurants. It isn't even about getting people food or not. It's about, subsidizing fast food restaurants, which is absolutely bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. I mean, like, this is crazy. I've never heard of this before. Millions of Americans now set to lose McDonald's perk under new plan, no more Golden Goose. The Golden Arches stands to lose its supersized government windfall under a plan from senior Republican senator. It's an ironic twist for the fast food giant that became a 2024 campaign icon after Donald Trump's viral shift behind the counter helped him gain blue-collar respect and street cred. Now, again, I don't have a problem. Like, I think that, you know, there's a real issue with the SNAP program. Not only is it, you know, abused, but I also think that there's, you know, people that actually need it. You know, people that actually need it and can't get it. Trump even just spoke at the company's, the president, has long loved fast food chain, praising its $5 extra value meals and thanking the restaurant for slashing its prices. I wouldn't say that it slashes prices anywhere near me, but that's neither here nor there. The Restaurant Meals Program, RMP, allows SNAP funds or food stamps to be spent on fast food, and it exists in primarily Democrat-led states, as well as Virginia, which is led by a Republican. The USDA data shows that under the Biden administration, the Restaurant Meals Program, RMP, has greatly expanded beyond its original mission of feeding the, quote, homeless and hungry families, to the point now where additional millions of dollars have gone to fast food chains. SNAP is supposed to keep food on the table for hungry Americans, not be a golden goose for the Golden Arches, Ernst told exclusively to the Daily Mail. Yeah, I mean, it is extremely difficult to argue with that. Isn't it? It's extremely difficult to argue. Like, I don't shame people for being on SNAP. I really don't. I don't have a problem with it as long as it's temporary. Or if you have a disability or something like that, you know, obviously it's not going to be temporary, but I have a problem with people abusing it. I also have a problem with the quality of food that it actually covers, because it is making America, not only are my tax dollars going to pay for this stuff, but it's making the people that eat it less healthy. Like, of course they're going to eat McDonald's if they can. I would. I don't blame anybody for doing that. That's nonsense. Of course I would do that. The White House, of course, declined to comment. And here's the other issues. Fast food is delicious and convenient. McScuse Me Act provides a real extra value meal for both taxpayers and program recipients. The problem with SNAP, as it stands now, other than, the wrong people getting too much money and people actually need it not getting enough, and, illegals getting SNAP benefits, as I'm pretty sure they are, is that what it is essentially a massive taxpayer-funded subsidy to big food. What if, just think about this, what if SNAP benefits were only, were provided for buying from local grocery stores or local farmers? Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be cool? Like, if you could spend SNAP at your local farmer's market, not only are you getting healthy food, but you're supporting your local economy. Not like freaking Tyson chicken McNuggets, which, by the way, I'm not hating on, but I'm saying some super huge Globo, GMO food, garbage factory getting taxpayer funding. What about local farmers getting that? What about locally made or made in America products? That's how I would run SNAP. This seems common sense to me. If we need to give them food, if people need food, let's not make them unhealthy also while at it. From the intent behind the program, from June 2023 to May 2025, so call it 2 years, over $475 million in taxpayer dollars was spent and redeemed at fast food restaurants in California alone. In total, $524 million went through RMP. So California, obviously, if you cut them, you fix 90% of the problem. The RMP program currently exists in Arizona, California, Illinois, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, New York, Rhode Island, and Virginia as the only states that have opted in. Historically, participation was limited to a small number of restaurants within select counties. In recent years, however, the program has ballooned at an alarming rate, particularly in California, where state officials and the Biden-controlled USDA authorized more than 5,800 restaurants to accept SNAP. The vast majority are large national fast food chains like McDonald's, Burger King, KFC, Taco Bell, Denny's, Popeyes, Carl's Jr., Pizza Hut, Domino's, Jack in the Box, Panda Express, and Wendy's. In many cases, these fast food vendors are boldly advertising that they say EBT is accepted here. Ernest Excuse Me Act seeks to change three elements of the RMP program. First, it allows homeless, elderly, and disabled individuals to participate while removing automatic spousal eligibility. Okay, that's good. It also requires a public annual report to show the number of participating vendors and the number of participating beneficiaries. Okay, good. I would rather have it completely shut down. Why isn't this completely shut down? Like legitimately, why isn't this completely shut down? Why are we even allowing this? Now the USDA is looking to completely deconstruct, per a statement from the department that was shared with Newsweek, pending changes to the program, including recertification of eligibility and crackdowns on fraud. But the timeline for implementing the new SNAP plans and changes have yet to be determined. My guess is, if I had to guess, it's going to be after the midterms. That's what I mean. You know, but $500 million a year spent at McDonald's. Like, look, if you're on food stamps, I don't judge you. Everybody needs a little bit of help once in a while, and I don't think that makes you a bad person, especially if you're disabled, you know, or you're in between jobs. You know, I don't have any problem with that. But what I don't want to see is your $2,000 food haul videos on TikTok, which I now understand a lot of my viewers who are on food stamps or EBT have emailed me to kind of show me how much money they get. Some people only get like 50 or 75 bucks a month. So I don't know how these welfare queens are getting thousands of dollars a month, but they are. And, you know, the whole program needs to be gutted and rebuilt. There's a problem that you can't buy hot rotisserie chicken at the grocery store, but you can buy McDonald's. And they said, well, you can't buy hot pre-cooked food, but you can buy McDonald's? That doesn't make any sense. Stop subsidizing fast food and stop subsidizing garbage food that's you know, making Americans extremely unhealthy. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. We'll talk to you again real soon. We've got our big story here about this pedo OnlyFans. But before that, a super quick word from Morgan. And if you're in an accident or injured in any way, you should know how to protect your rights. That's why I'm so glad to have this video sponsor Morgan & Morgan. When you're seriously hurt, your injury could be worth millions of dollars. Morgan & Morgan doesn't settle for lowball offers. Just in the past couple of months, Morgan & Morgan saw verdicts of $12 million in Florida, 34 times the highest insurance offer, $26 million in Philadelphia, 40 times the highest insurance offer, and $6.8 million in New York, 25 times the highest insurance offer. Their fee is absolutely free unless you win. Fighting big companies takes a big law firm. As America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan are ready to take on insurance companies of all sizes. Morgan & Morgan has modernized the injury law process so you can submit a claim and communicate with your legal team all from your smartphone. And remember, size matters. Morgan & Morgan is big. They're America's largest injury law firm. That means they have the resources to fight to get you the best results, and they're capable of spending millions on a case to see it through. Did you know you can start a claim with America's largest injury law firm in just one click? It's so easy. You can start your claim now with Morgan & Morgan at www.forthepeople.com/quartering or click the link in the description down below. All right, we're back. Now to talk about this teen version of OF. This is a very, very interesting story. And again, I have a break, so I'm going to do these two main stories. And then I've got to do some errands and stuff like that. Then I will be back for a second stream, probably at 3 Eastern or 2 Central. All right. So I was watching the Sean Ryan show yesterday, and they had an individual on the show that had a particular area of expertise. And this is a story that, at least one part of it, that I really wanted to amplify, because apparently it's been going on for years. So you guys all know that OF site, the site that is destroying marriages across this country, that is, denigrating our entire, society. That's just bad, from the tore up from the floor up. It's all just horrible stuff. Well, it gets worse. It gets far worse. What if I told you that there's a similar site, but you only have to be 13 to create an account there and post photos, and you have to be 18 to sign up and pay for those photos? And it gets far, far worse than that. I did a bunch of digging into it, and it's absolutely appalling. And let's get into that right now. And I know this video is going to get shut down by the YouTube.coms. So I just want to let everyone know I have about 100 of these original Trump MAGA meme cookbooks left at the quartering.com/shop. If you're looking for a Christmas gift, or you're looking for like a white elephant gift, or you're looking for, any, good gift idea for this Christmas, I have a couple hundred, maybe 100, 150 left. The quartering.com/shop. Head on over there today, because we'll probably be sold out by the end of the weekend. And my wife and I will be shipping them out diligently on or before December 1st, because she goes in for a big surgery that day. And I will lose her help for about 2 months after that. So let's look at this video first. This is from a hacker. I guess his name is Ryan M. Montgomery, I think. There is a version of OF for Peds, is essentially what it is.
You can join the site as early as 13 years old, and they have a policy of how many bikini/revealing photos that you can post. You can post, let's say, one bikini photo, and then it has to be 2 normal photos, and then another photo that's revealing, and then 2 more normal photos. And these are 13-year-old girls or boys. The other part of it is you have to be 18 years old to subscribe to the children's content. There's a house in Florida called the Bop House. Bop
Yeah.
It's like a slang term kids are using for like a or whatever. There's a lot of OnlyFans girls living in there, but one of them was under 18, and they were waiting for her to turn 18 to bring her on to OnlyFans, and they were using Brand Army before that. They knew exactly what they're doing. It's not like...
That's true, and that girl's name is actually Piper Raquel. This is somebody who was 17 at the time and using this website. Just so we're clear, in order to see her spicy photos, you have to be at least 18. 1 like on this video is 1 gag. 1 like on this video equals 1 wood chipper. But it gets worse than that. So I did a little bit of digging into this company called Brand Army. And it's apparently, they don't show you any youths on their homepage. But what I thought was interesting is when I tried to find them on X, they've protected their Twitter account. I don't know if they protected this before the expose or after it, but this is, I'm guessing, after it. And just to be clear, this is a site, it's Predator's Playground, dark world of website Brand Army, where people who are only 13 can pose for Peds. That's what this website is. If you have to be 18 and you're paying for photos of kids, how is this not banned? How is this not banned worldwide? Here's how these creeps use it, and their parents or whatever, I don't know. This is just a kid here, right? Piper Raquel collaborated with The Bop House, a content house made up of OF creators, back in February, while only 17. In an interview with Rolling Stone, Raquel said that she enjoyed the collaboration, noting that I just did TikToks with them. Raquel also revealed exactly why she's looking forward to her 18th birthday. Following the release of Netflix's Bad Influence docuseries, Raquel has been noticeably mum about the claims made in the series. She and her mother, Tiffany Smith, declined to speak on camera for the series, but recently Raquel, 17, opened up to Rolling Stone about the show and how many controversies she's been caught up in this year. In February, the longtime social media star collaborated with members of the Bop House, a content creation house consisting of whores. Raquel personally posted a handful of videos of her dancing with members of the house, while Bop House creator Sophie Rain, another whore, also shared a couple of videos with Raquel, who is 17. Seeing Raquel collaborate with the Bop House led to speculation on whether or not she'd be joining the group when she turned 18. The 17-year-old addressed the backlash on her own page. How many times are we going to cry about me being in the Bop House? Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Then they clarified the since deleted video. I wonder why they deleted it. It wasn't clear already. Piper Raquel is not joining, just a fun collab. All the posts with people who are under 18 have been deleted from the Bop House page after the backlash, though Raquel and Rain's personal posts still remain up. In an interview with Rolling Stone, Raquel reiterated that it was just a brief collaboration. Well, what's interesting is she's currently a member of Brand Army, a subscription-based platform similar to OF that doesn't allow full-on photos, though Rolling Stone notes that some of the, quote, looks featured aren't even safe for work. Her account currently says parent managed, and those who subscribe to the most expensive tier at $100 a month can request custom photos from the creator. Again, you only have to be 13 to sign up on this website. Their parents apparently are grooming them. That's what it looks like to me. And you have to be 18 to sign up for it. So by default, anybody who's paying for these people are paying for photos of people who are too young. Right? When asked if she was worried about her Brand Army subscribers' intentions or who may actually be requesting these photos, they know. She confessed that she doesn't, because you're well aware of what happens on the internet. So she knows that peds are jerking it to her photos, and she's fine with that. So I just let it be. There's a lot of good people out there. There's probably a lot of bad people out there too. But you can't control who follows you and who doesn't, Raquel continued. Because if they're supporting you, then take their money. And for those who may be waiting to see what changes in her content when she's 18, the creator says if you're looking at it in a spicy way, then why are you looking at it that way? Well, they're selling for it. That's what she's selling. A complaint filed back in 2022 alleged that Smith subjected many of those in the, quote, Piper Squad to an emotionally and physically and sometimes a spicy environment perpetrated by Ms. Smith on and off during filming, such for their YouTube. I mean, we're basically raising a generation of whores. And here's the co-creator of the site. Is anybody surprised? This is the chief creative officer, sorry. This is the chief creative officer of the site. Rob Ryan, a digital industry veteran and creator of the economic consultants who've been running his own marketing and branding since 2018, is joining ahead of Brand Army's public launch and will spearhead creator acquisition and education initiatives. Brand Army, for those who are not familiar, is a kind of, quote, safe for work digital content creator exclusive equivalent of OF. It invites creators with, quote, well-engaged fandoms to apply for its services, and if they're approved, it makes them build what's called superfan communities, where they can make money through things like paywalled posts and live streamed pay to send DMs and chats and tips. How many paid DMs do you think are being requested of 13-year-olds? Anybody want to take a guess? I'd be willing to bet it's not zero. Have you ever seen the meme about the particular smile that can identify somebody's intentions? I think this guy may qualify. It's a platform that's been in beta since March 2021, but its creators have generated $12 million in revenue. Some creators make more than $150,000 a month. Who do you think those are? I'm going to guess those are 16 and 17-year-old girls. And I wonder where the money is coming in from. This website is an open secret. You know, there have been exposés on it before. But again, the images posted online on Brand Army account apparently run by the 17-year-old's parents It's an online site founded back in 2021 that lets up-and-coming social media stars, as long as they're 13, post paywalled exclusive content and talk one-on-one with their fans, either for free or with a paid subscription, which has dubbed it OF for kids. Sarah Adams, a mom and campaigner for Child Safety Online, said, Brand Army is often compared to OF, but it doesn't do full-on spicy photos. Oh, well, that makes it better. Some creators make $100,000 in their first 5 days of launching their Brand Army channel. Yeah, it's because this world has a huge ped problem. Look at these comments on one of the kids' photos. Just one example found by Fabulous where predatory men are seemingly using this little-known site to make inappropriate and spicy comment at young girls. Super wow. Oh my, wow. Very sexy. I mean, you could file this, by the way. The same comments probably would be Bob's and Vagine. These sound like creeps or Indians, or both. And obviously the site's entire purpose is to groom them for OF. That's what it is. It is one of the like little known things, a lot of people don't know, is that there is a massive problem with peds out there. Massive. And this is an entire website, Brand Army, who's now gone into hiding after the Sean Ryan show. Yikes. This site should be banned from the internet. And by the way, I think if I'm not one to organize boycotts, but whatever payment processors they use should be separating themselves from this site, because we all know exactly what the site's being used for. They might have 1% of the revenue coming from, phishing videos, but we all know where the money's coming from. We all know. Yikes. Now share this video around. It's pretty spooky stuff. And don't forget to pick up your Tailgates for Trump or Mega Mixology Trump Christmas cookbook. Like I said, I haven't done an exact count, but there's like 150 left. thequartering.com/shop. It supports the show, and it'll be a great gift or a stocking stuffer or a white elephant gift. There's also a discounted trio too. So I hope you enjoyed or were informed by this video, and we'll talk to you again real soon. Yeah, there is a huge pedo problem in this world. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know how bad the pedo problem really is, because there is. Oh, the other thing I had to do was my wife really wanted me to figure out, I thought I figured out with you. There was some sort of Thanksgiving thing she wanted me to print. I don't remember what it was. I feel like it was napkin holder or place card holder. I think this is the napkin holder. I think this is the napkin holder. Let me ask her. I've got to be an extra good husband here this next month. Let me see. Was this the napkin holder? Now the question is, do I have the filaments? Black and orange I have for sure. Brown, I don't know about that. I feel like I'm having a stroke with Jeremy doing so many things. I'm also editing a video in the background. This weekend's going to be crazy. Like, we have to really lock it down, finish Thanksgiving, finish Christmas. Part of that is I have to run an errand here at like 12:45, and then I'll be back live again at probably 2 Eastern. So about an hour, I'll be able to be back. Yeah, years ago, YouTube had channels where parents posted videos of their kids and sports and gymnastics. And there were creeps slow-moing and time-stamping in the chats for certain shoots to perv at. Yes, 100%. I remember that controversy. That was part of what rolled out I think it was called Kappa, if I remember right. Jesus. I grew up in foster care because my neighbor raped my baby sister and blamed my father. What the fuck? That's dark. I hope you're okay. Hope your sister's okay, obviously, too. Am I going to play Black Ops 7 this weekend? You know what? I've got to do some extra streams. So, which you guys don't have to hear. I might. Because I have to start preparing videos for when my wife goes under the knife. And in case I need time off, and I like her surgery day, I'm going to be, I have to be obviously at the hospital all day, and then she might have to stay for multiple days. So I just have to like get ready. And part of that is doing a bunch of extra streams this weekend and next weekend. Like, I know next weekend's Thanksgiving or whatever, but I'll be streaming like mad because I just have to. I've got to get my streaming hours up, and I've got to raise money. Like, I'm trying to send I can't really officially announce anything yet. But I'm trying to figure out a way to finance taking the entire live stream to Amfest. The problem is I'm coming in super late, and hotels are super expensive. It's like I have to buy all sorts of like different equipment for doing the podcast remotely. It's going to be about probably 14 grand to get everybody out there and get the equipment we need and everything like that. So I'm trying to figure out, like, what do you guys think is better? What do you think is better as a perk if I did do a little fundraiser for it? Would you prefer the Sean Ryan show yesterday, and they had an individual on the what if I did, because I don't want to just ask for money. So I'm thinking of stuff I can trade. What if one of the perks was a photo, like a signed, numbered photo of the whole team, and it'd be signed by everybody? Would that be a cool perk, or is that dumb? Like it would be me, Melanie, Hannah Claire, and Luke, and I would print it, take a picture at Amfest, and then we would all sign it there. And then you would get that in exchange for backing. I think that's kind of cool. Feet pics, yeah. Do a raffle for the dope water-cooled PS5. I don't think I can legally do raffles. I flex on everybody. I flexed on Meta, Rumble, trying to get anyone to give us money to help with the travel, and nobody was. How about a signed blank check? Well, I'll take that. That's a wicked Chris. Oh, maybe we could do a Christmas card. That makes more sense, because then we could sign the inside. Ooh, I like that. What if we do that? And it's our picture on the front, and we all sign it on the inside. What about that? Luke eating. The other thing, I have some of these, like, if I sell out most of these cookbooks, that'll raise like a third of it. Luke eating McDonald's, do a quarter in Chris, or I could just do like a fundraiser and make Luke do humiliating things. Auction one of your RCs off, signed claw machine or something. Yeah, live gaming session with you and Mel. We can do that. Melanie Mac bathwater. No, come on, guys. Dunk Tank for co-host. Well, I now understand that I have to make all of this happen in like in a week. So it can't be like too complicated. I think the Christmas card would be good. I think that would be unique. And then maybe something else to sell, like a Christmas card, a calendar with the crew. It'd be too hard to turn that around. I think getting a signed card from the whole crew would be pretty cool. Like, we're never all going to be in the same room again, except for at AmFest. So if we could have everybody sign the card and then you get that in the mail, I think that's pretty cool. Video message with the Christmas card, one of those pictures with the SIM card. Nah. I mean, we could, I guess, but the purpose is to raise money, and I wouldn't want to like have $7, card cutting in. I want to charge the least. Meta PC draw. You can't do raffles to raise money. I think that's illegal. Like, I don't know how all that works. Or you have to like, I don't know how that works. I think I'll do the Christmas card and then something else. 3D printed JD Vance. That's a lot of filament. I want a picture of Jeremy dressed up like a meme, JD Vance. A Christmas card, or like I could have two levels, like a video shout out where we thank the people, and then another level where you get a signed numbered Christmas card. You do have a 50-50 raffle. Yeah, I think you could do a 50-50. I'm not trying to, because like my haters will like, I don't want to set up a GoFundMe. I just want to do, like, I want to sell something to raise the money. Even if I only raise like half of it, that would be huge. How much do you think, what it is a donation, so how much do you think we should ask for the Christmas card version? I think it's got to be kind of expensive. Like, for everyone that gives either more than 25 or 50 or more. 25 seems fair, right? It's going to cost me a dollar to print it and then another $1 to ship it. Or would I do 30? I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, obviously it's a Christmas card. You would think, oh, it's worth $5, but like, the idea is like we raise it, $5 isn't enough. We're not going to sell enough of them. It's got to be at least 25. I was going to do 50. But then we could do like the shout out. We could do like a shout out kind of thing for any amount over $5. I could do like a donate anything over $5, and you get we'll like at Christmas time we'll do a shout out video or something. $20 tops, you think? How many would I have to sell to cover my costs then? Let's say it's me 14 grand. I have to sell 700. I will never sell that many. I gotta charge more than 20. I probably have to charge 25 or 30. I don't think we're gonna sell 1,000 of them. That's not gonna happen. We'll sell like a couple hundred, and the people that buy them won't care if they're $20 or $30. That's the reality of it. A $50 tier for a card and a bag of coffee. I could do something with a coffee sampler, maybe. I get a better idea. Give away a puppy for your dog's having a Christmas. Yeah. Christmas ornament. Do a $50 tier for the card and a bag of. Yeah, I think I have to do 25 or 30 for the Christmas card. I just have to. Like, otherwise we'll never raise it. How come you didn't how come you didn't do what Demolition Ranch did with clothing, design a coffee bag and a flavor for YouTubers Rumble and their followers, create for Steve Crowder? What if I told you that I have and I do that? I've already done that. I make a lot of YouTubers coffees. A lot of YouTubers coffees come from Coffee Brand Coffee. $100 for a print of Mel dressed up. No, nothing's creepy. Video Christmas. We could do like a video thank you for a higher tier. $50 for creators so you can raid them and then shout out their channel for like a week. Nah, I can't do that. I can't sell raids. That would be against TOS. Take blank cards to Amfest, paste them to signed cards. Well, I was going to print I was going to take a picture of all of us at Amfest, turn that, and print them right there. Like go to Walgreens and print them. And then have everyone sign them right there. So then I can mail them when I get back. $15 gets you a shout out. $35 gets you a signed card. $50 gets you a card and coffee. That seems all right. The coffee would probably come late. Like the card would be easy for me, but the coffee I'd have to roast. Let me do that. I think that's probably okay. That's probably, I mean, I don't want it to be too complicated, you know? If I sell the rest of my cookbooks, that'll help too. Yeah, $35 gets you a signed card. $50 you get a card and coffee. Well, yeah, I could probably do 50 for a card and coffee. I'd probably have to do 60. Because remember, we got to raise money. So a bag of coffee cost me like $15. So I'm only getting an extra $5. Plus now I have to ship it. Maybe I go 75. $75 you get a card and a bag of coffee. Is that too much? That seems like too much. 60. Now remember, it cost me like $8.95 to ship a bag of coffee. Yeah, the shipping and the cost of coffee would be, and it's time consuming. Yeah, I don't know if I can. It's got, the idea is to like just raise the money and have like a cool little thank you. I think I like the coffee idea, but I don't think I can. 15 for a shout out, 35 signed card. I think that's probably fine. I'd like to add a bigger tier. What about like $100 tier for whales? What can we do for $100? $35, 30 or $35 for the signed card. I'll do 30 on the signed card even. 30 on the signed card seems fine. Because then we raise probably $25 per. If we sell, 400 of them, that's a nice chunk of the expenses. And then maybe a bunch of people do the shout outs too. That doesn't have a big cost to it. Jeremy Cording, how much do you need to raise again? I would say it's about $14,000. So the equipment, I already had the camera obviously, but I had to buy a Rodecaster so that we could do the show live on site, 4 microphones. So I spent like $3,500 last night on all the tech we need. Then I need 2 banners printed, which are about $150 each. Those are getting designed right now. So call that $4,000. The hotel on late notice is going to be like $5,000. 3 hotel rooms. That's the biggest cost. So that's like 9 plus plane tickets, say $500 a person. So yeah, I would say like $10,000, 10 to 12,000 is probably, if I get anywhere near that, like I'll cover the rest, Dude, listen, tell me what the number is. It's not extraordinary, and you can get the same amount in donations to charity in a year. Well, the real number is probably $14,000. That's probably the real number. That gets everyone out there. That gets all the equipment paid for. That covers everybody's food and meals, which is only a nicety. not required. And if I would have been able to book the hotel a year ago, I would have got it way cheaper. That's the biggest expense, is the hotel. You know, a t-shirt wouldn't be bad either. Would have gotten a Flow 8 instead. Well, I'm familiar with the Rodecaster, and I needed one with 4 inputs, so I just have to do 2 of those $7,000 Pro Jew posts too. That would be it. 100 cards printed cost $249 each at Walgreens, not including the effort and all that. Give them. So, but I think $30 is enough. Dude, you're always talking about feet pics, and not one time did you offer and auction them off. What I'll do is I'll put up a page, and I'll do like a shout out, a signed card, some sort of $100 option, and then a give whatever you want option. And I'll have that done by the time I do my next stream. Maybe we can raise it. Like I said, if we even get close, that would be incredible. So that's... And my developers... I could do a coffee coupon. That's easier. Yeah. The page will be ready for my stream in an hour. Okay. Yeah. I could do a t-shirt too, but that's kind of the same. Like, I'd have to have a t-shirt design. I could do a yearly membership to the site. That has like $150 value. I like that. What if I did that? And it doesn't necessarily cost me more money to do that. Do Flow 8 go bad after a year as well? Oh, the Roadcasters go bad? The membership to the site, yeah, it costs me nothing, and it has, it's worth whatever, $80 or whatever. So maybe the $30 for the signed card, $15 for the shout out, and like what do we do, $75 for a year's membership too? Or do we do that at 100? I like this. We'll have all the options in the next stream. We got to have a whale option. Yeah. The whale option is what is the amount for the whale option? Like, put a $5,000 item in there for the whale option, and I don't know what I would even give for that. Do $100 for 3D printed figures of the crew. The problem is I only know how to 3D print. I don't know how to design. Yeah, the yearly membership, I think, let's just do that at the 100. You get the yearly membership, shout out, and signed Christmas card for $100. That's a lot of value, because the yearly membership on the site's already $80. Then you get the signed card and the shout out. Do that at the $100 level. Yeah, I'll do that at the $100 level. We'll have that up. The other thing I was thinking is, I mean, what about like $5,000 Jeremy shaves his head? Or I'm willing to do something crazy. I like the Christmas ornament idea, but I don't have time to make it. Only I would degrade myself. I wouldn't ask anybody else to do it. $5,000, the donor gets to be a guest host. That'd be a good whale option. Maybe I could get Pavlovsky or something. I'll do that. Co-host the show for a day. What do we charge? What is the whale option? $5,000? Should we just do something like $5,000 co-host a show? That's the whale option. Think about this, boys. That's actually, I mean, if you're running a business, that's an advertising expense. I'm just saying it's a write-off. Insert slide whistle. $5,000, Melanie and HCB get to shave off all the hair on my head. Ooh. $10,000 and they can host in person. Well, we only, it would have to be at the event. Do the stream, but as naked as your periodic bites of pickled feet. All right, let me start with that. I've got to run, but I'll be back in less than an hour. I'll be thinking about other things we can add. Doug says, I'll give you the money. We can work out the details. Watch your email or whatever. What? Come on, Doug. Doug. That would be bonkers. We'd all have to wear Doug t-shirts the whole time, or like some sort of Doug merchandise. Who are in life? Do you have any Brewers fans among the members? I mean, I'm a huge Brewers fan. I like the idea of the year membership to the site at the $100 level, the signed card, and the shout out. Keep it simple. Derek, if you're listening, put that. This is now Doug's fundraiser. My developer just said, yeah, this is Doug. I'll keep you guys posted. If Doug does it, I'll put up his picture on my set for a year, or I'll get one of those. Can you get any of those, like those prayer candles? Can I get like a prayer candle printed with Doug's picture on it? I will light it each day during the stream, and I'll put a little Doug prayer candle behind me. Doug is the captain now. Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, we could go. Yeah, we have to call the show the Dugout. We'd have to host a special show called the Dugout, where we just worship Doug. All right, I'll have it all set up on the website now. I've got to go. I'll be back in